me if you will. But I'm going to teach you this fast method, how to do roses really quick, really fun. I did this just for my folks over in Facebook. So we're going to try that again with you. Because I need to practice. Because I'm going to show my mama. Probably has her kind of makeup Mother's Day present, how to paint roses. So I'm going to practice with all of you. I have paints already in here, but I did a red. I did a light blush pink, a light pink, okay, acrylic, a little bit of a white, and I have is purple and a berry color, which I mix in my red for. This is what I mix together to get a shade. I mix all three of these together, and then I mix the pink and the white for highlights, and that's for shades, highlights. My leaves, I do a Martha Stewart lime green and a forest green and put them on my brush at the same time to create some magic, okay? So before my paints dry, I'm going to get out the canvas panel. What I mean by a canvas panel, I'm doing a small one for you. It is a flat board. The surface has the texture of a canvas that you buy, a painting canvas that has been treated with what we call gesso. Gesso is like it's like a thick paint. But it's like it treats your canvas, because when you buy a canvas, it's more like material, and you want to treat it with this thick white kind of paint type of stuff called gesso, Gesso, so you have a good surface to paint on. Does that make sense? I hope. And also, if you're interested in gesso, I have a black gesso and I have a clear gesso, which I use for things like that you don't want to cover the color of, like a burlap or beige color canvas. So I'm going to take the red. I'm taking a very small flat brush. Flat meaning the bristles are flat. I must move some of these things here, because I don't want them in my way, because I bump into you all as it is, at least on my right side. And I'm going to do these little patterns here. You want your middle to kind of curl around itself, because that's what makes the rose so attractive, so seductive to our eyes. Okay, so we're going to kind of make this little ruffle. It's kind of, you don't want to make it too ruffly, but it reminds me of a material on it, maybe a prom dress or a wedding dress, a fancy dress, okay? And you do the first one maybe like that, curl around each other, but we're going to do more like flatter, not as curly. I guess you could stretch patterns just towards the end of where this ends up. So we'll take this end kind of towards the end of this. We'll like that. We're going to make another one, just like it's folding around each other. You want to try not to touch the other red as much as possible, okay? And we want to work kind of wet, okay? Because this is going to help us with our shading and our highlights. So we work quick and we work not so wet that's like pooling or puddling around, but we want to do it as wet as possible. Okay, without having a big old puddle, okay? And then you got to think about where you're going to end up here, like as if the petals just wrapping around each other. Because that's what a rose basically does, is coiled within itself. If you ever seen a rose in real life, I'm sure all of us have. You might have received one as a gift, but it wraps around itself. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're working fast because we don't want it to dry. And I'm using acrylic and it dries pretty fast. Okay. And I'm doing this now because I might not have time to do drawing lessons because I'm going home to my hometown to see my mom. I have a lot of family coming to my hometown, Hutchinson, Kansas. Kind of a boring place, but when family's there, it's always fun. Okay, I touched it, but I'm going to not worry about it. I'm going to forgive myself. for doing that. If it does get too light like this, you can always add more paint to your palette. And your palette, if you don't know, is the container you have your paint in to put onto your brush. Okay? Just in case you don't know. Not everybody knows exactly all the terms, and that's okay. You have to learn sometime. Okay? Alright. And you just really have to watch. You don't want to blend the colors too much, you know, because you're going to have some shocks of color, like some dramatic color, because roses are very dramatic flowers in its color, and its shape, and its drama. It's all drama. It's the most dramatic flower, right? Most seductive flower, in my opinion, out there. But yeah, you don't want to make it too ruffly, going up and down too much, because then it will look like a carnation, which are beautiful. But that's not what we're trying to do over here today. We're going for the rose. Okay? If you want to do a carnation, it's kind of similar, but you're going to have a lot of little ruffles. Going up and down, up and down. But our white roses are not going to be that way. Okay? So here we go. It's getting close to done. Alright? As much as I like. Every rose turns out different, which is so fun. They all turn out different. A rose by any other name. I don't know. That's Romeo and Juliet. I don't even remember the whole line. I did that play a couple times in school. I didn't really play like Juliet. I played the apothecary and like a nun. I was a character actor when I was in the high school and you know, community theater. I always loved Shakespeare. And people in theater love roses. We love getting those when we go to plays. My mom was so sweet when I did plays. She would give me a rose for every play I did. Then it got to be too many plays, so she stopped. I don't blame her. It gets a little expensive. They tend to be a little expensive, those guys. I am happy with that. So I'm going to do my shading colors. And what I came up with was a mix of the purple color I showed you, and that mixed berry color, and the red. Okay? I'm going to get kind of even more wet here. I want to go in these areas in between and kind of just let that color kind of just eventually go out and smear into everything. So I'm getting this, yeah, going in between. Kind of see how it's just being really, I could touch. That's why I want the colors to be wet. I want them to touch and just go ahead and smear and spread out. You understand? I like the word smear, but if you have an art teacher, or if you are an art teacher, you hate that color. Smearing is what I did when I used charcoal to try to make things shade, and a teacher hates that. I love to take my finger and just smear. But art teachers, and I can understand now, but when I was a kid, I loved to make that mess. Because art teachers wanted you to learn to shade, like being a little bit more, I don't know, a little technical, I guess. That was always a good trick to doing that. Oh, I had an art teacher in high school. She was a cool lady. But, she was neat. But she, boy, if you did that, oh, God. She would have your hide. I might go in there with more red because my red was getting a little dried out. You know, I try to save so much of my paint. It kind of sometimes doesn't work. But you can see that's kind of doing that. What it's doing. Yeah, and also never give up on your roses, man. Never give up on your artwork anyway. You're going to find a way for it to work. Don't be so worried about it. If you have to step away from something you're getting so frustrated on, just do it. Come back to it. And then you're going to find a solution a lot quicker. Right now it looks like stained glass mirror, but It's not gonna be that way for long. We're just started. We're just making it dramatic. And every method, you might have a quote unquote method. Sometimes you have to try new things. Every painting is different. Every work is different. Now, I'm sorry if you're asking questions. I'm sorry, I'm bumping you a lot. You're asking questions. I don't see you right now. Okay. I'm going in here. I don't see the screen of my phone. It's not a computer, it's a phone. And it's up on the stand right now. Watching what I am doing. I want to make more dark, like reds here. This is just only going to help to blend that. So I'm adding some more dramatic red because my red was becoming really dry. So I'm just adding some red. I'm doing it really wet and sloppy. That's the fun about painting. You can get sloppy and it might turn out even more beautiful. But I love the dramatic red roses. I don't want some puny looking thing. I'm just going here and redoing my petals with some fresh, wet red paint, man. Because we're going to be blending. I don't want dry paint to blend my highlights. Nope. So I'm just adding it to, I'm not even adding on the whole thing. I'm giving some of it on there. Okay, I'm using water. I'm trusting physics or whatever it is, science. And I'm going to have it. But things are going to work out real well over here. It's a perfect level of wet and dry. It's perfect consistency. You want to get scientific. Alright, we're doing this. And we're going to do some. Right now, my white and my light pink have dried. So, we're going to do this white and light pink. Again, a light pink. Okay, I'm going to put them right against my white. I'm working fast. A little drip of this and a little drip of that. And this takes a while to squeeze out because I don't have much white. Hey, you want to donate for the artist fund? I could use more white acrylic. I don't know how they do that. I see people on live getting some kind of little tokens and presents. I don't know how that even works. I almost learned. Give me some more white, guys. I will squeeze a bottle till it screams. I'm twisting off this cap. Oh yes, there it is. Here it is. There's a lot of juicy white right there. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna take a butter knife that I have because my boyfriend's gonna throw it away. I know it could be very useful. I'm taking out the white from that underneath that cap. I use a lot of household appliances or items for this. I use a toothbrush for stars. I do my galaxies. You've seen it. You know me at all. I use a butter knife, a rusted old butter knife, to get out more paint from an almost empty bottle. All right, we're gonna do some dramatic highlights now. This is where the magic might happen. I'm trying to have it curl around on itself. I love it when Rose does that. That's so beautiful. Just trust what you're doing, guys. Don't be so critical. This might be a pink rose by the end of this. Again, you want really dry, wet. Wet paint is the best paint. Oh, God. Okay. That's okay. It's going to turn out beautiful. So fun. It's turned out great. I have kitty cats running all over. I don't know why. They're antsy. Mommy's been painting instead of paying attention to them. We'll play later. Hey, who's running around? Allie, that's you. Allie, my little yellow tabby calico, whatever, and white kitty. I think she knows she's an Instagram sensation. Any videos with her becomes viral on Instagram Reels. I'm not kidding. She's a superstar. Zeta's a beautiful girl too. I don't know. It's hard to photograph black kitty cats where people can understand their beauty from just them by themselves. Just seeing them in person. Both of my girls are beautiful. There we go. Just get more water on that sucker. Just let it just go. Yeah. See, it's like almost like sculpting in paint when you do it so thick. It's good. It's okay. I have confidence with whatever you do, folks. It's gonna be. My roses are the things that sell the best out of my mini masterpieces. I mean, it's classic. And you don't want to blend too much because roses are, as I said, a very dramatic flower. It looks like it's so difficult, but it's not. You just gotta know the pattern and trust it, and trust that you can make it happen. Zeta? Now Zeta is bigger than Allie, but she hides underneath me when Allie gets too playful. Allie gets rough. She's a tough little sucker. Then also I might do this. I have some left over. I might mix some orange in there because orange makes things pop sometimes. Just a little bit, you know. It makes the color even more rich. The more colors you can put in there, the better. I don't know. It becomes like a coral kind of thing. And roses, sometimes you don't know what kind of rose it's going to be till you just do it. This might be more of a coral color. And don't blend. Look, I'm letting that orange just sit there. Just letting it be. Yeah, the eye's going to pick up what the eye picks up. It's just beautiful. And it's fun. And it's vibrant and rich. Okay. Trust yourself. And I trusted myself, and this is how I came up with my little methods of doing things. I'm loving this to death. I might add some more red and white. I don't know. I might. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to clean off a little flat brush really well. I'm going to show you how to do these leaves, okay? I didn't mix it. They're on my paint, light green and yellow green, the greens I showed you. And I just trust that it's little jagged little ends on these jagged sides and jagged ends, and it's going to be a little flexible. But I'll do a leaf for you. Again, I'm just picking it up. I'm not blending too much. I'm letting the greens just show. And I just do that. Alright, it's not got nothing fancy. And try not to think of it as a pattern. Don't think you have to have a leaf on each side. Just think where you want those leaves to be. Just think natural. Let yourself free, guys. I'm just doing it and letting those jagged show. I might put a little more light pink and dark pink by itself here. They're blending a lot. Because I want to show more of that. And my first rose did it because I did that fresh for that painting. But I want to show you what I'm doing here, guys. I'm just putting a little bit so it could be more pure color. I'll clean out that brush. Now my water is really becoming interesting. I have been doing this for a minute. I'm having fun. Okay. We'll do it again, man. Let's do it again. And put a little bit of light there, maybe for a stem. A little dark on the ends there. There you go. You see more of the dramatic colors of that leaf by getting some fresh paint on there. These are getting blended. I didn't want to blend. Oh. I'm going to get some light. Add that on there. We need a little more highlight on that. There you go. More impressionist-like. Impressionists were, it was a movement like around, I don't know, 1700s, early 1800s, and it started in French, but other people did it too. Monet, Manet, Renoir. Look them up, these guys. Marie Cassatt. There you go. You might want to just add leaves coming from other roses. No, you can add whatever you want. There's going to be a lot of greens around the roses. Just have fun. Set yourself free, guys. It's beautiful. It's fun, right? You can, after it dries, you can add things like glitter glue, white or pink or whatever, or orange, to make it look like it has dewdrops on it. Yeah, you do what you want with your roses. Yeah, it's freeing. I'm going to take a little fuzzy tip here, a little round tip. Add a little more of that dramatic red. I love red, and it's going to be in the shadow area. And you got to think also, these petals are curling around. It might be in the middle. It might come in more. Like, you know, it's not going to be flat. If you know what I mean. It's going to be, you know, it's going to go in some spots. It's gonna, you know. But yeah, just play with it. Have a good time with it, folks. It's going to be okay. Do what you guys need to do. Roses are so relaxing and fun to do, guys. It's alright. It all works out. It's a flower. Mother Nature, you know? It's supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to be, what's the word? It's supposed to be, what's the word? Carefree? That's a good word, I guess. It's supposed to be just unplanned. I'm trying to still think of a bigger word, but I don't know. But it's supposed to be just freeing. It's supposed to just happen. It just happens. This is all Mother Nature. Everything it creates is an accident. All existence is maybe an accident, if you believe that. It might be. Just the right molecules came together, or, you know, some might think that in a scientific way. I guess, you know, you just gotta trust science, you know. Whatever you believe is fine with me, guys. That's not what I'm trying to get into. I'm trying to get into this rose and finish it up, because I'm loving it. I might bring this other one in here, because this rose is my favorite. You guys got the prettier one. So I got a little practicing. You can go in the background if you want. Take up a bunch of different colors, you know, like you did. You can make even the roses or rosebud. There you go. Do you like the outside petal right here? You know, you do kind of have the same idea here. Just different kinds of roses in different stages of life. You add that berry color if you have anything that's not dry. Let's think about how it folds up on each other in different, you know, just think about that. Okay, just create it accidentally, I guess. You can have another mini rose just like this one. You know, you could do a little miniature. You might want your one rose to be the most noticeable of the bunch, but you can create little masterpieces like here. Do variations of the method here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there you go. Let's add the colors and don't worry so much. There you are. Just fast and beautiful and free. There you go. You add more leaves. I got plenty of that green. You know, the roses a lot of times if you have it from this view, or have the stem here that kind of has these little long leaves at first, you know, and then they have a stem like that, and they have leaves coming off of it. There you go. Not bad, not bad. Variations of the leaves. If you have a little red coming off of that, it just looks like it belongs even more of the leaf. That's fine. That's what's beautiful about it. Yeah, see? Alright, guys. I think I showed you a little bit about roses. I'm going to end it now and play more with it until I get tired. It's about getting 9:32. But we will talk soon. I won't have classes this weekend because I have family, but hey, we'll have them again soon. So I'll talk to you guys soon. I'll do a fast version of this on there. So I'm going to end ya. Have a good day. Bye, y'all. Thanks for joining if you did.